Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about some games that you should be playing instead of the big three. Now if you don't know what the big three are Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not saying this as in like that I just hate the games, because I do collect Pokemon cards. I don't play Magic, and I absolutely despise Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. But I'm saying it as in competition's a very good thing, and I don't think that card games should be limited to only 3 TCGs. So today I'm going to be telling you about a few TCGs/CCGs that are still pretty actively played and they are still alive. Some of these may vary in your area because I know it varies in my area. So why don't we jump right into it. Now these first 3 I'm going to be talking about are all by the same company, Bushiroad. And I'm pretty sure now that I say that most of you are familiar. But the first one I'm going to talk about is Cardfight Vanguard. Now it has an anime paired along with it to show you how they play the game. It's almost like Yu-Gi-Oh! In a sense. And by that I mean pairing the TCG and the television show together, so. It's a very luck-based game. It's all about drawing the right trigger, so on and so forth. You set your cards out, 3 front, 3 back, so on and so forth. Just depends on what you play, depending on how well you'll do, and so on and so forth. The next one is Future Card Buddy Fight, which also has an anime to go with it. From what I've seen, Future Card Buddy Fight is popular in foreign countries, and it started to catch on over here as well. Now with it, you have a certain clan that you play. I know there's Dragon and a few others. And it's basically just battling it out. You have, I believe it was 20 points that you can take before you lose. So it takes a little bit from Bushiroad's other stuff. And then the last one is Weiss Schwarz. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I never know if I pronounce that right. It's almost like a modern day anime hymn. You have a bunch of different anime games or anime shows, and I believe there was Persona. I believe is basically a game. Not sure. Don't know much about Persona, but Persona's also involved in it, and they're releasing Attack on Titan, I believe. So it's going to have a whole bunch of different anime TCG or anime shows and stuff like that. And it's kind of like Cardfight Vanguard more than Buddy Fight, but there is some difference in it from the rest of them. With Bushiroad games, you're going to notice there's similarities to the other ones, but there will always be a hint of difference in the way that you play it and the way that you build. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next stuff. Now, after Kaijudo went out, it kind of has a, I don't want to say spiritual successor, but it's another Hasbro product, and that's the My Little Pony collectible card game. Yes, this game is still alive. They're still making sets. It's a very, I don't want to say complex, but it takes a little bit before you get the hang of it, but it's a real fun game. And it surprised me because I'm not a My Little Pony fan, but I do enjoy the game, and I will play the game with friends. As you've seen on my channel, I've unboxed a starter and a few booster packs, and it's a fun game. I haven't tried deck building yet, and I don't even know where to even begin on deck building for that game. But it's definitely not a kids card game because it takes quite a bit to get used to it, but all in all, you will have a fun time playing it. Okay, and so the next thing is one that's been around for quite a long time and is still around, believe it or not, and it's the Legends of the Five Rings. Legend of the Five Rings is a very unique game. You draw from 2 different decks and you lay it out, and what you're doing is you're basically kind of building like a squad, and you're going out to attack the other person. Has different clans like Scorpion and so on and so forth, and so you're just doing that the whole entire time until you defeat your opponent. So it's a fun game, and it took me just a little bit to get to understand it as well as I should. You know, I should have caught on a little bit faster, but you will have fun with it, and it's still relatively cheap for being a card game that's still alive. Okay, next we're going to get to stuff that is probably more of my favorite stuff than the other ones. I'm not into the Bushiroad card games, to be honest, and I play My Little Pony. I don't really play L5R all that much. Well, hardly at all. So next we're talking about Dragon Ball Z. As you know, they brought it back. It's been going on. I play it as often as I get the chance to, which is not very often anymore, but it's a very fun game. It has the color element like magic, black, orange, so on and so forth. And I mean, you get to play as your favorite DBZ characters and play against other people, whether you want to win by Dragon Balls or you want to just deck them out completely, or MPPV, which is my least favorite way to win. But if you know, you have to go with what you have to go with. So, but anyways, that's another good game. Next we're going to get to Force of Will. Force of Will just came to America, I think it was like late last year. No, it wasn't. It was this year. I'm getting this all mixed up. It kind of takes like fairy tales and then kinds of mix them up and make them more anime style. And it's a really neat game. It's really quite fun if you like that anime style, to where, you know, you're taking classic fairy tale stuff, and I mean, there's Romeo and Juliet, for example, and it's put into this anime form for Force of Will, and it looks really good. So I mean, if you really appreciate that really unique card art type game, you know, if you're not into just the dark card art, then this is definitely a game for you. Okay, and the very last thing I wanted to put on here, not because it's not real popular at the moment, really because it hasn't got all the mainstream type of attention like Card Fight Vanguard and Buddy Fight and Force Will have got. And well, Dragon Ball Z of course has it. But it's Exodus. It's a new card game. It's made by a brother and sister, and it's a really neat game. You lay out some energy on the board and then you put a monster down over it, and that's how you determine how much power you have. Another thing about it is the artwork. The artwork is fantastic. They hire these different people to do artwork for maybe somebody will do artwork for dragons, and then somebody will do artwork for angels or something like that, or somebody will do artwork for some of the symmetry cards. So it's really kind of simple to pick up and play, and then, you know, it's going to take a little bit to master, you know, like most card games. And so you have symmetry cards, you have your creature cards, and then you have your energy. So you put energy down, put your creature on it, and use your symmetry cards to kind of go back and forth on turns, so on and so forth. Alright guys, I think that covers all these card games that you should be playing instead of the big three. If you do not have these at your local store, try to get them to order it, you know, try to get some demo decks, and then try to get as many people there as you can, and then kind of just demo it out, see how it does, and if people don't get into it, then I guess you can just move on to something different. But should definitely give these games a chance. So anyways guys, until next time, I will see you all later.